Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lina and this is Library of Diamonds. In today's video we're going to be doing a WIP and CHAT. I think I did one last week, but there's a why why I am bringing WIP and CHAT like 2 weeks in a row. It's been a while since I did like weeks in a row regarding my WIP and CHATs. And let me rearrange here because this is not the proper way, like in the background over here. Okay, yes, I just needed to rearrange some stuff. So yeah, today is Thursday night, because my WIP and CHATs usually go on Fridays, and I'm working on Madman from Diamond Art Club. This is in rounds and I'm really enjoying it. I'm right now working on the 4th row. I think I'm missing another 3. 1, 2, oh no. It's just like this row and another 2, but I do like pretty thick rows. But this one I'm really enjoying it. I am loving it, honestly. And I'm focusing on this diamond painting for pretty much the majority of the week and up until I finish it. I kitted up another one already. And I really want to start working on it right away. But hello, how are you guys? I hope that you're having a great day, and I hope that you're headed to a fantastic week. Well, no, weekend, but I wish that your week in general was great. My week has been a bit different, chaotic, but in the sense of like thoughts and grasping that things are going to change and such. But I'm excited. Like it's going to be stressful, but at the same time it's going to be really exciting, and I cannot wait. I'm going to start working next Monday in my new job, and I think I told you guys in one of the, like, I don't know if it was on the last WIP and CHAT or if it was in my last vlog, where I told you guys that I just had a very cool vibe when I had the interview, and a very nice vibe from like the people interviewing me. So I was feeling hopeful. And I don't know, it's weird because I've not been working only for a few weeks, but honestly in that other place I was feeling that I don't know, I was feeling like a zombie, like in a limbo. Like I was working, but it felt that I just existed. I don't know, it's a very weird thing to try to put into words. I dropped some drills. It's really a weird thing to try to put into words. But now I'm away from that finally, and thankfully I found like this new job. I actually just got an email like giving me my login details for some of the platforms that I'm going to be using, and giving me officially like the start date for the training period, and you know, at what time I have to be there and whatnot. So I'm really happy, and I am eager to just meet everybody. At the beginning, I am always kind of shy whenever I don't know someone. I am more quiet because I'm also very self-conscious. So even like, I'm usually already an overthinker, but whenever I'm in a new situation or with new people and whatnot, I'm even more of an overthinker. And so that is really I don't know, it's a quirk of mine, I guess. And then whenever I feel kind of comfortable somewhere, I don't shut up. I'm a very, like, I say things really randomly. I'm all over the place. Like, I get hyperactive and like super social, but I'm usually not social. Like people who you know, there's like three categories where you can think I am regarding personality whenever you meet me. Like at the beginning, you might think that I'm really like serious and reserved and all that, and I'm introverted, and I'm actually a true introvert. But then whenever I already feel like a bit of, as I said, of confidence, I'm just all over the place and I become a hyperactive mess, an extrovert pretty much. And you might think that I am just this all over the place person, but I just think that's a type of defense mechanism. Like, it's not, like, it's part of my personality to be like random in some aspects and say silly, goofy things and stuff. But I think that's just me protecting myself, because then I guess you get to know like the layer me, one where you know that if I'm really quiet, like that's actually the real me. But whenever I am just expressing and talking a lot, is because I feel confident, but at the same time I still don't know how to act around certain people. And so I just try to be I overthink everything, and I do everything like I act in reaction and how I perceive the people. But as I said, when you know me, I come back into my shell and I become an introvert again. And I guess that's because I am really, truly confident with you. Like, I really, truly trust you to see the real me, which is this introverted, reserved, boring person, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but that's kind of one of the things that worries me the most whenever I'm going to be like starting in a new place, in any type of new place. Like if I am doing like a new job or if I'm meeting new people, I'm always overthinking on they're gonna hate me. They're gonna hate me and they're not gonna tell me, and they're secretly going to hate me and talk behind my back. And I know it's a toxic thing to think all the time, but that's just my anxiety governing my brain pretty much. I've learned a lot of sort of things to do, like to do for myself, like kind of small rituals. Well, rituals sounds weird. Kind of like routines on how to get out of that headspace where I get too much into myself and I just get overwhelmed by all of these anxiety feelings that I have all the time. And so, yeah, I guess usually the first week and a half, I would be like very quiet, and then the next couple of months, I'm gonna be all over the place, and then probably I'm gonna become myself again and and be this introverted person that I know that I am. But it's also really cool because I get to work in my field of job, as a doctor. But it's a position that it's promising to be really comfortable since it's remote, and the pay is great. For the country that I live in and for the wages here and the cost of living, it's a really great pay, really. But my priorities with that are going to be to pay some medical expenses and as well pay some debt that I had to go into because of, financial stress. And I don't go on debt because of reckless spending or anything. And I acknowledge that there's people who have a real problem in that aspect of their lives. And I do not judge at all, because we all have different reasons and motives for spending our money. And I know that a lot of us are anxious buyers, or we just need to have that little hit of dopamine. And I completely understand it, because I struggled with it like my early 20s. And then from my mid-20s to a year and a half ago, I was great financially. I could afford all my hobbies, everything. I had an emergency fund, I had savings, I had investments, I had everything. But this past year and a half just showed me that even if you're prepared, it doesn't matter how prepared you are, life can still hit you with a great force without you even noticing. And it's like I'm starting from scratch, and not only from scratch, but I'm starting from below zero, I'm starting in the negative numbers because, as I said, I had to get some debt because of that. So that is definitely going to be my priority number one, because I want to rebuild all of my emergency funds. I want to rebuild what I had invested, that at the time it was not like a crazy amount, but it was enough. It was an important amount. So I want to go back to that place in my life and be able to just afford things that make me happy. I'm not like I'm not a victim, if you will, of retail therapy. There are times here and there where I can kind of act a bit recklessly and purchase a few things, but it's usually never an amount that makes me regret it. It's usually like at most, a pair of jeans, a few new books. It's not something too out there, and it's something that usually is still within my means. But I still want to now, as I say, now that I am going to be having a better paying job, and I want to focus on paying debt. I want to also be very cautious and responsible about consumerism, pretty much. For example, I need new clothes, but I want to try to not buy things fast fashion. And again, this is not like a critic to anybody. This is just the way I would love to choose what I get for myself and how I conduct myself from now on. So yeah, I want to be more conscious about that. And I know that I can be, because I am usually not a trends follower regarding clothes. I like just simple clothes. I have clothes in my closet that I've had for the last 8 to 10 years and that I still use to this day. Like, my mom oftentimes tells me that she's gonna throw away like my sweaters and cardigans and a few other pieces of clothing, and I'm just like, I still use that. Like, you cannot throw it out. And she would go like, but you've had it for such a long time. And I'm just like, yeah, because it still works. I don't get having these huge wardrobes or going on a shopping spree or changing your entire wardrobe from one season to the next. I've never liked that idea, and I've never felt the need to follow the trends. And I think it's just because I'm a very simple person regarding those type of things. Like, I usually, for example, I know that one of my hobbies is obviously diamond painting, and I have diamond paints, and I know that for some people they might be too expensive, but for me, it's a hobby that I feel makes me such good mental health wise, and just it's honestly so enjoyable for me. It's truly one of those things that generally just makes me feel very, very happy. So for me, that's worth the price of diamond painting, so that's, I guess, kind of the value that you give to everything. And that value, I've never felt it with, things that are more typical for people to have or to collect. But I'm definitely adding diamond paintings to the budget. And I have I'm going to be setting myself a budget monthly. And also I'm going to be setting myself like a little fund, like each, what my plan is, building a fund of a couple $100 just for diamond painting. And that doesn't mean that I want to spend it all at once. It just means that I want to save up for like big events. Like, I don't know, if there's a sale on Black Friday, stuff like that, to have a very important amount where I know that money was destined for that, and I saved it week by week, month by month, and don't feel guilty about, buying my hobby. If I buy 2, if I buy 20, of course, I don't think I'm ever going to get to buy 20 because that would make me really anxious regarding, the amount of stash that I would have. But yeah, I just want to have like this sort of security that I can get whatever I want because I've saved and I made an effort to save specifically for that. So that's one of my goals, to have like this little fund, but that I'm going to be building up with time. But also I want to be having a specific budget for each month. So this is all an example. This is not real numbers, but the way that I want to see it is, let's say that I plan on spending probably $150 a month. That's like the budget that I give myself. And then I want to reach a goal of $500 in my little fund for diamond paintings. So every month I'm gonna separate those $150, and also I'm gonna be putting $25 on my fund, because that I want to be building it slowly, like little by little, to get it to a point where, you know, it gets to that $500 amount. So let's say that at the end of the month, I already put my $25 into my little fund. But then regarding diamond paintings, I didn't spend the entire $150 that I budgeted, but I only spent maybe, I don't know, $97. So the remaining balance, I would like to use it to go to that fund to reach like my goal faster. That way, I'm prepared for everything and anything that comes my way. You know, that's kind of like the way I want to see it. Like have a specific, because even though I know that I have to pay some debt, there are very aggressive methods where they pretty much tell you eat beans and rice and water and that's it, and don't go out and don't have fun and don't anything. But I would not be able to live like that. So I believe that there needs to be a balance. And as I said, for me, the joy and the peace and the calmness, and also because I use diamond painting for my channel, and I have a lot of friends. Well, I would like to think them as my friends, but I have friends in the community that, you know, for me, diamond painting forms a very big part of my mental health, pretty much. So for me, it's really, really worth it. But that's why also I'm going to be having like a budget to keep myself in range, to know what I can spend every month without affecting my finances, like without going into any more debt, but at the same time paying my debt a bit faster than just the minimums and whatnot. And I know financial things are not something that people like to talk about, or that some people are really a bit squeamish about it, but I've never really liked that sort of approach with that topic in specific, because I think that most of us have, like most people, at least most people that me personally, this is from personal experience. I don't want to generalize. Let me just grab a sip of my tea. So I was saying, I think that many of us don't have like proper education on finances, and that's why we end up making financial mistakes, and that's why we end up having these massive debts and stuff. And I also know, as I said, I don't want to generalize, and I know that many people who have debt is because, you know, extreme circumstances that they were not prepared, or they were not prepared enough to cover. So this is like the only solution, the only way out. And I completely understand it, because out of the entirety of my debt, even though the vast majority of it is because of life circumstances, like it's not like reckless spending or any of that, I know that at least a percentage, however small it is, I know that at least some of it comes from bad financial habits. And so I think this is, as I said, even if I know it's a topic that is really, people don't really talk about it much, I'm never afraid of touching that subject. And I think that you've been able to see that, because I oftentimes talk about, you know, my situation and stuff. So I think that one of the things, and not only with, you know, finances, but in everything, one of the biggest things that you cannot, let me try to phrase this better. One of the biggest mistakes I think you could do regarding a problem, any problem that you might have is not talking about it, because that is just avoiding the problem and not be willing to see where the problem comes from, and how can you solve it and take the action towards solving it. And as I said, this is not only my opinion in the financial sense of things, this is my opinion in life sense of things. So yeah, I just think it's something really, really important and something that we should all learn since we're like in school. Like they should teach us that in like high school or something at least, like a mandatory thing, like taxes and all things, like actual real financial things, instead of just calculations and how to do certain stuff that we're never, like really never gonna do. So I don't know, that's my topic on it. And I don't know, I just spent so much talking about it when I was not planning on talking about this. Like, it just started to come out. And once something comes out of my mouth and the thoughts are flowing, they just flow. And I cannot stop until I put all my points pretty much across. So there's that. That's basically what's happening. And I actually, I don't know how, like, I'm gonna say it's bad news, but I don't know if everybody would consider it a bad news, because I guess, yeah, basically, long story short, I don't think I'm gonna do the vlogs anymore. I think I'm just gonna, you know, the last one was, like, the last Sunday's one was just the last one. I feel, I don't know, I have this sense that people are not enjoying them. And on top of that, early last week, I realized that I was not enjoying it as much as I was the first 3 weeks. And then I was like, well, maybe I'm just tired, maybe I'm just stressed, you know. I kind of, I wanted to blame it on other things. But then when I started doing the vlog for this week, I usually start recording on Sundays, and it was already Monday at night, so like 30-ish hours, and when I usually start to record something, and I had not recorded anything, and I really didn't feel like it. I forced myself to record some footage here and there. For example, on Sunday, we went to have lunch with my mom-in-law, with my mother-in-law, because it was her birthday, and we went to this sort of arcade place, and I recorded some, like, the typical b-roll of me playing in a game with my boyfriend and whatnot. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be really cool, I'm gonna add it to the vlog and whatever. And then, as I say, literally the next day at night, I suddenly remember, like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing a vlog, you know. And yes, I had that sort of small footage of me playing air hockey. Is that the name? Air hockey? But after that, I didn't really feel like coming and saying, hey guys, how are you? Blah, 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 like talking, and I don't know. I didn't feel like it. And still, on Monday night, I kind of forced myself to record a little in a vlog style type of thing. And then it was not yesterday. On Tuesday, I also tried to just record something, but the clips that I was doing were not even like 2 minutes long. They were so short. I just didn't feel it. I was really forcing myself. And then I think I didn't record anything on Tuesday, only that like little clip at night, I think. I don't even remember. And also my brain is foggy, I'm sorry. But then today, one of the things that I did yesterday was record a few videos for the channel, but like regarding the kids and stuff, not the wait, I think I put them all crooked. Yeah, like not the vlog, but like proper videos for the channel. I was about to just export everything from my phone, where I record, all the way to my laptop. And I just stared at the clips that I know are from vlogs, And I just went like, ugh, no. And I proceeded to delete them. And I deleted everything in my phone. So there you go. There's not gonna be a vlog. And I don't think there will be any more like drills and chills vlogs. I also think that I liked the idea originally, but I don't think I was able to perform and do it the way I thought it was going to turn out. I think it was really not cohesive and coherent, and I rather just stop doing them and, see what factored in me not wanting to do that anymore, because I was really excited. Like, honestly, I was really, really excited to do the vlogs for the first few vlogs. But as I said, the last one, I was starting to feel like meh, but I still pushed through. And in this one, I really just said, you know what? I have to stop. I'm not enjoying myself. I don't want to keep doing them. And I decided not to do it. As for more updates, well, when did I finish Scorpio? Was that last week? I think it was last week. I don't remember anything. And I'm sorry that I'm yawning. I'm suddenly like getting really, really sleepy. But let me just remember what I was telling you, because I completely forgot. Oh my God. What was I telling you? I was talking about not doing the vlogs. You know what? I'll be back when I remember. Yeah, I couldn't remember for the life of me what I wanted to tell you. I just couldn't. Not at all. But this week, other update on what I've been doing is that I've been trying to record as much content as I possibly can for this channel, and also for the channel where I do tutorials, because as I am going to be starting my new job, just in the meantime, while I adjust myself with times and, the learning curve that exists and everything, I just want to make sure that I have enough content to go up for a few days, and that I don't have to be worrying constantly and all the time about what am I going to upload, do I have a video, etc., etc. Because the other option would be not to have videos, or not to have the amount of videos that I usually have up. Well, actually, reducing the amount, I don't think that would be the thing, or something that would bother me. I think it would bother me if it changed significantly. Like, instead of going to one every 10 days or something, that would really, really be for me kind of a bummer, because I don't know, I just love my YouTube channel so much that I don't want to just let it die. And also for my other channel, even though I'm not really like super motivated, as I always am with my diamond painting challenge, lastly, it has gotten so many engagement that is kind of making me feel a bit excited about something that really was not as exciting for me anymore. So I have a lot of encouraging messages, like, whenever you do something, or you're doing something regarding whatever it might be, and you start to think to yourself, what if I'm not doing good enough? What if I am not qualified for doing this, or whatever adjective you want to add to any task that you're performing, and that you have your doubts and your questions. And then when you most need it, someone comes and tells you that they love what you do, that they really watch everything that you upload, and that they support you and all that. And that is just so refreshing, because sometimes life works in that way, when it brings you what you need the most, when you need it the most, and not all the time, So I received a few messages. Well, no, look at me saying messages. I received a few comments in my other channel telling me like, oh, you're a godsend, because you're the only one who explains here that I have actually been able to understand. Everyone explains in such a confusing way, and you're really good at teaching this and whatnot. And that makes me feel really, really nice. And I love it. Honestly, if that is being a bit selfish or a lot selfish, I don't care. I really enjoy it. So, and well, on top of that, I'm also providing like guidance to people who are looking for certain topics regarding this craft. And I think it's a great way to just to reach other people, you know, and introduce other people to what you do and help them if they want to do the same. So I think all those things factored in had made me really, really motivated on, you know, be consistent on that other channel as well. And it's something that I'm trying to do. It's going to be trial and error, because right now I have a very well-built routine with YouTube, but with my diamond painting YouTube. And, you know, I'm going to adjust it with a new job. And then if I want to add, like right now I'm just doing stuff for that YouTube channel here and there. But if I want to go all out on it, then it's, again, a lot of things to think, a lot of things to consider. So back to what I was saying, I just need to find a balance and find the way to make everything work little by little. And for that, I want to be prepared and have content pre-recorded and ready to go, to don't feel so much pressure to do many things. You know, because I have 2 channels, it's not only this one. And that other channel, even though in that other channel I'm only uploading 1 video a week, those are videos that take me longer to do, because it's like 10-15 hours of footage that I have to condense enough to be 2 videos, because many of the videos that I do are like part 1 and part 2. But still, it's like 15 hours of footage that I need to, you know, kind of figure out if I want to keep things in and out. So those are the ones that I want to be more ahead of, because the ones of diamond painting, I think I already have a good like gist of it, and they don't really take that long to record and edit and upload. Like I can do a lot in one day, like a lot of videos, and do them all pretty much, as long as I have what I want to do. But you guys, I don't know if I should include that part, but on the previous clip, I stopped diamond painting like physically on the canvas, and I just stayed like, you know, like moving my hands in here without placing, and that I did because I actually closed my eyes. And then I just kept talking, but I think that my brain went into sort of sleep mode, like in this lower conscious level, where it started to go on its own, and I was not longer like controlling my train of thought and what I was talking about, because I started saying a few things that were not like that were irrational pretty much. I suddenly started to talk about someone who was not aware of dangerous things. I don't know what I don't know where that came from. I think I don't know if you guys have this, but I have like I can fall asleep in like 30 seconds, and if I fall asleep in those 30 seconds, I'm gonna dream. And I know that that is really rare, because you need, like, you don't enter into all of the cycles of sleep at once. You know, there's a process to it, but I swear. And so I can many times, and I think that's because I think this is why I am able to do this, because I don't think I fall asleep entirely or completely, and I don't go completely unconscious. I just stay in this like middle ground state of mind where I am not asleep, but I'm not awake. Like I am falling asleep, but I'm still kind of aware of my surroundings, but I am no longer, I don't know how to explain it, but I think that happened. I think that happened, and it was weird. It was weird. And it's so funny because I watched the footage back, and like just the second where I said something completely, like something that was like, okay, maybe it's not making much sense, but maybe I'm building a point. And then the next thing I say is like completely irrational, completely nothing to do with what I was talking about. I don't know if I should leave it. I'm embarrassed about it. Please let me know down below in the comments if you got to this part, if you want me to like add that clip to the next week's WIP and chat, or I don't know really where to put that little clip of me just rambling and suddenly losing like the train of thought and apparently coherence and consciousness. It's my first time of that happening while diamond painting. Like, that happens to me usually when I'm like in bed and about to fall asleep. If my boyfriend or someone around me is still awake and they ask me something, I'm gonna talk to them back, and I'm gonna say like complete full sentences in probably a very random topic, but it's not gonna make sense. Like, I'm gonna talk and talk and talk, and I'm not gonna be saying really anything. I'm just gonna, I don't know. It's really weird to explain. And I've always had some sort of sleep disorder throughout my life, because I was to sleepwalk when I was little, and I used to not only sleepwalk, but I would talk to people. Who were those people? I don't know. I have no idea, but I would say like real full sentences, having a real conversation with who knows whom. So there you go, guys. Let me know if you want to watch that, because I think that for this WIP and chat, I'm just gonna remove it entirely from the WIP and chat because it's weird and I just don't want to put it randomly and then you be left like, what was that? And then of course it would be this explanation after, but in the meantime it would be so confusing because it was so confusing for me. But yeah, it feels real weird. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to talk to you about. Not really. Just, oh gosh, oh my god, how could I forget? You guys, where did I say this? Was it in the last WIP and chat or in the last vlog? I don't remember which one it was, but I mentioned that I was to start doing collaborations with a small company, and now I can say it. I'm going to be a brand ambassador for Bella Art Cool, and it's so exciting. So back when I was reaching out to like some of the places where I really wanted to try out but hadn't had a chance to, they were one of the ones that I messaged. And coincidentally enough, just a bit earlier, like no more than a week earlier, they had made their announcement that they were looking for brand ambassadors. And so I saw that and I was like, oh, this is just up my alley. Like, this is something of what I was looking for, like showcasing a company in any way, shape or form. And I pretty much applied, and I had like a meeting with them, and they were gonna get a bit busy here and there in life, but I was not like rushing, or I was waiting for like an answer from them. But I was starting to feel actually a bit discouraged because some time had passed, and I'm very anxious, and I want things now, you know. I want to know things. Like, if you cannot come and tell me like, oh, I need to tell you something, and then leave and don't tell me anything. Like, if you tell to me, I need to tell you something, you have to tell me right away, or otherwise I'm just gonna flip. Like, I need the information. Like, you cannot leave me hanging. And so for that reason, things like that, or when you're expecting like an answer if I got the job or not, like my previous months trying to look for a new job, that is the most dreading thing for me. Like, the interview, I don't get really nervous about them before, during, or after. Sometimes I overthink, but it's not really that big of a deal. But that anticipation just kills me. And so about a week and a half, I think, had passed, and I was like, oh, well, they have not contacted me. Maybe they went with other people, and that's fine. That's completely fine. I was just kind of really looking forward to it. But then I got an email, and they let me know that I had been accepted in their program. it's just something that they're trying to start. And the function of a brand ambassador, it's going to be to showcase the products and give our opinion on them, and basically share our experience. Also trying to share that with new products, new diamond paintings, and all that. Pretty much be part of a team that is going to showcase what's coming and what's new, and events and activities and whatnot. And I'm actually waiting for an order that I made of 2 kits, and they're throwing some things in as well that I'm going to be trying out, and I am definitely going to be making a review and sharing my thoughts about what I think all of those things. So yeah, as I said, I don't remember where exactly I said that I had news coming, but here it is. They made the announcement. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday, and I shared it on my Instagram profile. And yeah, it's so exciting to be part of this community, because I joined it because I've always wanted to have a YouTube channel and share my hobbies. And at the beginning, I had never started, for example, a booktube one, because I didn't want to show my face and stuff. And then I found this, that most people were not even showing their faces, and I felt like, oh, this is something I can do, definitely. And it's become part of my routine, pretty much, of my everyday routine, because I'm not late for my scheduled videos. Like, I have my upload schedule, and I'm not late. I'm usually like 98% of the time I'm not late, but not because I feel it as an obligation, but because I really, really enjoy it so much that it's a no effort for me. And that's also one of the reasons why I'm gonna stop, at least for now, and until further notice, the vlogs, because at the beginning it was something that I was really enjoying doing, but in this past week and a half, I would say, in the last 10 days or so, I have not been enjoying it, and I've been dreading to do them. And I don't want this channel to become me doing something just because I said that every Sunday I was gonna upload a video from this date to this date. I don't want it to become that. I just don't. And so, of course, I value, my viewers' opinions and my friends' opinions and other creators' opinions. I value them. But at the end of the day, I'm the one who makes the decisions. And so I made that decision to just, for now, stop the vlogs and see, as I said, until further notice, to see if I might bring them back, or just do them every once in a while, or, I'll see how I end up doing that. But, well, as of now, I don't think there's anything else or much to say, or that I wanted to talk about, really. Let me think if there's anything else. Oh, well, yeah, I don't think I've mentioned anything new that I have been either watching or reading. And regarding watching, as always, I'm watching YouTube, true crime, stuff, YouTubers and such. But also, I am watching season 2 of The Monster of Soul. It is or Seoul. I don't know how to pronounce it in English. Like, in Spanish, it's just Seoul, but in English is weird. But it's basically, it's kind of a fantasy type of story, like folklore thingy. But I don't remember how many episodes the first season had, but they were not like a full 14, 16, or 20, like the regular amount of episodes that a season has in K-dramas. But this one, I think the first and the second, like, each one has 8. And the first season is like from where Japan still had hold in South Korea, and some other stuff that were going on. But now we're more in the present time, and I'm only on episode 2. I just finished watching episode 2 yesterday, and I don't know where I'm going to be watching the next episodes. I was thinking maybe during the weekend while, you know, before my job, but I was also thinking that I might watch them during my lunch breaks at work. That might be like a good show to watch once I start working. But those type of shows, I used to be able to just binge watch them from beginning to end, but now, like, I don't like to watch it translated. And I know a little tiny bit of Korean, like I am not in any shape, way, or anything fluent or bilingual or any of that, but I understand some basic stuff. But if I want to be doing diamond painting, I would need to be pretty much glued to the screen, because I would need to read 99.9% of the subtitles. But diamond painting doesn't allow you that, because for you to be able to diamond paint, you have to be looking at your canvas. And so I usually don't watch anything that has to be with subtitles on my computer, or anywhere really. And dubbed, I just hate dubbed things. I just don't like it at all. Oh, there's a hair there. I just don't like it. I cannot stand it. It makes me cringe. So I'm just waiting for those moments where it's usually whenever I eat that I watch something with like of that type of thing, like things I need to maybe put more attention, or not to divert my sight from the screen or whatnot. So there's that. And as for reading, I finished a book. It was a thriller book. I don't remember the author, but it was really, really interesting. And I read 2 pages of my paperback. I made 2 pages progress in this week. And I know that's lame, but I don't know. I just don't know why I'm not having the attention span to read physically. Like, I don't. I think that my priorities are right now so set on diamond painting and everything surrounded diamond painting that right now my brain doesn't have the energy, or it just doesn't prefer these other hobbies that I once had, watching K-dramas or reading. So as for books, I'm only doing audiobooks. And right now I'm reading, like, I'm listening to one called The Doctor's Wife, I think it is. It's, again, a mystery thriller. What intrigues me is that it's like a series. It's 3 books. And I'm about 70% into the first book. And so far, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really, really enjoying it. I don't think if I'm going to try to finish it right now, like today, because I could, definitely, because I'm going to spend the next few hours diamond painting. Or at least that's my hope. But I don't think I'm going to be able to. Oh, I missed a few drills of this because what was I talking about? Why not? Why will I not what? I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? I'm not going to be able to finish my audiobook because right now I'm feeling a little bit sleepy. And whenever I'm doing like a stationary activity where I'm not moving that much and I listen to an audiobook, I just start to fall asleep, and I don't want to fall asleep again while diamond painting. Usually whenever I listen to an audiobook, it's either like doing chores that are stationary, like diamond painting, but I have to be like very well rested. Usually after 1 or 2 p.m. and before nighttime and stuff. And if I don't have that, I would usually just listen to it whenever I'm doing any type of chores. Washing dishes, making dinner or lunch or whatever. So I don't think I'm going to be listening to that book today just yet. But maybe tomorrow. Who knows? I might. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I think this video is going to be slightly bit longer than what I've been doing for the past months. And you know, that's just the way it is. Sometimes they're going to be a bit longer. Most times they're not going to be as long, just about 30-40-ish minutes. But that's totally okay. I think one of the greatest things about this is that you just adjust and change regarding your needs and what you feel that you need and what you like and all of that. But yeah, please guys, let me know down below if you want to see that clip of me just losing my marbles and talking nonsense. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and don't forget to keep on diamond painting. Bye bye.